Good day, viewers. You are welcome to this edition of our YouTube channel. And today we are going to look at another important topic in the mathematics scheme of work. And that topic is called direct variation. Now, first of all, what is variation? Variation is simply the relationship between two or more variables. Now, with that being said, we are going to look at direct variation. Direct variation describes two variables, let's say x and y. Now, as the x is increasing, the y is also increasing. While as the x is decreasing, the y will also decrease. This is the relationship between two variables when it comes to direct variation. Now, with that being said, the formula you're going to use for your question depends on what you are being asked. If you are being asked questions like y varies directly with x or y varies directly as x, then this is going to be your formula. You're going to follow the question the way they gave you the question. That's how you're going to, also bring out your formula. Now, if you are being given questions with on y varies directly with x, this is what you're simply going to do. You're simply going to write this y, you write the alpha symbol, which also represents varies, then your x. The next thing you're simply going to do, you will turn this symbol to an equal to sign. Then you are going to introduce a constant. You can use any variable of your choice, let's say k or c. So you can see it right here. And now this becomes the formula. Again, whenever you are being asked questions and your question starts with x varies directly with y, or x is proportional to y, your x will come first saying this symbol before your y. Then you turn this symbol into an equal to sign. You introduce a constant. So this is how it is done. With that being said, we'll go straight and start taking questions on direct variation. Now, for problem 1a, the question says, if y varies directly with x and y equal to 8 when x equals to 2. Problem 1a, find the relation or connecting equation between x and y. Now, this is how it is clearly done. It's very, very simple. The very first thing you need to do, you need to follow the question accordingly in order to generate your formula. If y varies, so let's go. We're going to write y first. If y, so I'm going to write y, varies, you can see the symbol, directly with x. I'm going to write the x. Now, the next thing you're simply going to do from this angle, you will change this symbol to an equal to sign. So it becomes y equal to, you are going to introduce a constant, which is called k. You can also use any symbol you like or c. So k x. So you can clearly see the way it is done. You change this symbol, you follow your question accordingly. If y, I write the y, varies, I write the symbol, directly with x, I write the x. Then I introduce a constant here and turn this symbol into an equal to sign. So this becomes y equals to kx. Now, next, we are going to plug in the value of y. What is y? Whenever I see y, I'm going to substitute the value and put 8. So here simply becomes 8 equal to k. Remember, from the laws of algebra, whenever you are having two terms close to each other, it means there's a multiplication sign. So this is k times x. So k times, you then give us x. What's the value of your s? 2. Whenever I see s, I'm going to put 2. So this becomes 8 equals to k times 2. Now, in mathematics, if you are being asked k times 2, you say 2k. 2 times k, you also say 2k. So let's go straight. Here becomes 2k. With that being said, we are going to divide both sides by the coefficient of k, meaning we are going to divide both here and here with the number in front of this k. So therefore, here becomes 8 divided by 2 is equal to 2k divided by 2. At the end of the day, I'm simply going to have k is equal to 4. So if 2 should go into 8, it is going to give me 4. If 2 should go into 2, it will give me 1. Remember in mathematics, whenever you're having 1k or 1x, you write only that one. So therefore, our k, our constant, becomes 4. Now, with that being said, we are not done solving question number 1a. The question says, find the relation or connecting equation between x and y. So we are not going to find the connecting equation. Is very, very easy. What you simply need to do is go back to your formula. Can you clearly see for yourself where you're having y equals to ks? Can you see? So I'm coming here to say y equal to, have you gotten your k? Yes, this is my k. You write it, wherever you see k, what are you going to write? You write 4, you substitute the value of 4 in there. Then can you see this x? You write it. At the end of the day, this become your final answer. This become the solution to question number 1. This is the connecting equation. So you can see how easy it is. Now let's quickly move to problem 1b. For problem 1b, the question says, what is the value of y when x equal to 7? It is very, very simple. What you simply need to do is to repeat the same formula, which is y equal to kx. Now, did they give you y in this question? Find the value. What is the value of y? No, they did not. So I'm simply going to write the y. Do you have k? What's the value of k? You already gotten the value of k. This is 4. I'm going to write it 4 times. Did they give you x? Yes, they did give me x, which is 7. I'm going to write that 7. At the end of the day, my final answer becomes y equal to 28. So you can clearly see for yourself how it is done. It is very, very easy. And this becomes the solution to question number 1b. Now for problem 2, it says, suppose y varies directly with the square root of x when y equal to 3, s equal to 4. Now problem 2a says find the connecting equation between s and y. Problem 2b, find y when s equals to 64. Now it's very, very easy. We're going to follow this step by step. The first thing I'm simply going to do here, we'll solve for the 2a. Suppose y, so we're going to start with our y and follow the question accordingly in order to generate our formula. Varies, I'm going to place the symbol, directly with the square root of x. Directly with the square root of x. So look at the square root of x. So you can kindly see for yourself. Now the next thing you're simply going to do from this angle, you are going to rewrite the y and change this symbol into an equal to sign. Then you are going to introduce a constant. You can use c or you use k, any variable of your choice. So you bring in a constant and then again you write the square root of your x. Now we are going to go straight and plug or substitute the values of both y and s into this formula. We have gotten the formula we need. So let's go straight. Wherever we see y, we are going to go back to our question and substitute the value that is there. So what's the value of y here? 3. So I'll come here and say 3 equal to k. Now what is x? The value of x here is 4. So I'm going to place the 4 here, whatever I see it in my formula. So right now, we are going to have 3 equal to, if we simplify for that, equal to k. Remember, from the laws of algebra, when two terms are close to each other in mathematics, it means there's a multiplication sign there. So therefore, here becomes multiplied by, what is the square root of 4? The square root of 4 is 2. So I'm going to put the 2 right here. So at the end of the day, we are going to have 3 equal to k times 2. Remember, like I did say earlier on, I said in mathematics, when you are being asked k times 2, you say 2k. 2 times k, you also say 2k. So k times 2 is 2k. From this angle, what am I simply going to do? We are going to divide both sides by the coefficient of k. What that means is that we are going to divide both sides using the number in front of this k. We are going to divide here and here by the number in front of this k. And what is the number in front of the k? The number there is 2. So it's going to be 3 divided by 2 is equal to 2k divided by 2. At the end of the day, if we cancel that, we are going to have k will be equal to 3 over 2. So this is our constant. Now remember, we are not done solving because the question says, question 2 it says, find the connecting equation between s and y. And to find connecting equation is very, very easy. Now go back to this formula which you generated. The formula is y, can you see for yourself, equal to, now what is the value of your k? The value of your k is 3 over 2. So you're going to write 3 over 2 s square root of x. So you can see for yourself, this becomes your what? Your connecting equation. So this becomes the solution to problem 2a. So next, we'll quickly move to problem 2b. Now for problem 2b, it says find y when s equals to 64. We are going to go back and repeat this same formula in order for us to solve problem 2b. Look at the formula, y equals to k times the square root of x. So we'll go there. Now, check your question. Did they give you y? No. So I'm going to rewrite. Here becomes y equal to, do you have a k? Yes, we did have a k. The k is 3 over 2. So we come here and say 3 over 2. then the square root of what is the value of your x? The value of your x in this question 2b is 64. So we are going to simplify further. Here becomes y equal to 3 over 2, like I did say earlier on in this place, that whenever you are having two terms close to each other in mathematics, it means there's a multiplication sign between. So here is 3 over 2 times the square root of 64. So times, now what is the square root of 64? The square root of 64 is 8 multiplied by 8. At the end of the day, I'm simply going to have y equal to 3 times 8 will give me 24. 24 divided by 2 will give me 12. And you can also say 2 here 1, 2 here 4. Can you see then 3 times 4 will give you 12. So this is the solution to question number 2b. Now for question 3, it says suppose y varies directly with the square of x when y equal to 2, x equal to 4. 3a, find the connecting equation between x and y. 3b, find y when x equal to 2. Now how are we simply going to resolve this question? It's very, very easy. I'm going to go to 3a first. Now, we'll follow the questions step by step in order to generate a formula. Suppose y, what's the first thing I have? Y, I'm simply going to write it. Varies, I'm going to write the symbol. Can you see for yourself? Directly with the square of x. The square of x. So I will come here and write, can you see it? S square, the square of x. The next thing I'm simply going to do, we're going to introduce a constant. So here becomes y. Can you see this symbol? We'll change it to an equal to sign. Equal to, this is our constant k, x squared. So you're going to introduce a constant k, then you write your s squared. Nothing more. Next, whenever we are having y, we're going to substitute 2. Whenever we are having y, we'll write 2. You can see for yourself. So what do I have there? Anyway, I'm having y here, I write 2 equal to k times, whenever I'm having x, what do I have? I'm going to write 4 squared. So you can see for yourself. So right now I'm having 2 equal to k times, now 4 raised to the power of 2 will give us 16. So k times 16 will give me 16k. So this is what we currently have. At the end of the day, we are going to divide both sides by the coefficient of k. Meaning we are going to divide both sides using any number in front of this k, which is 16. Meaning we will divide here with 16, also divide here with 16. So it becomes 2 divided by 16 is equal to 16k divided by 16. At the end of the day, if I cancel out, I'm simply going to have k equal to 2 here 1, 2 here 8. So my k will be 1 over 8. So you can clearly see for yourself. 2 here 1 and 2 here will give us k. So our k is 1 over 8. Now we are not done solving. Remember the question says find the connecting equation. To find connecting equation, very, very easy. Very, very easy. Go back to this place and take this formula. Nothing more. I will come here which says y equal to, now what's my k? I've already gotten my k. My k is what? 1 over 8. I write the 1 over 8. Then what is this? S squared. I put the s squared beside it. Nothing more. And that becomes my connecting equation. So up next, we'll quickly go to question 3b. Now for question 3b, the question says find y when x equal to 2. How are we going to dissolve this? Very, very simple. I will go back again to my formula, which is y equals to ks squared. So did they give me y in this question 3b? No, I'm going to rewrite the y equal to, do I have k? Yes, I have k. My k is 1 over, do I have k? Yes, I have k. My k is 1 over 8. 1 over 8 times, did they give me x? Yes, they gave me, my x here is 2. So 2 squared. It becomes y equal to 1 over 8. Now 2 raised to the power of 2 will give us 4. So at the end of the day, my final answer becomes 1 times 4 will give me 4. So it becomes 4 over 8. Now remember in fraction, you have to put your answer to the lowest end. So 4 here 1, 4 here 2. So my final answer becomes y equal to 1 over 2. If 4 should go here to go once, if 4 should go here to go 2. So my final answer is 4 equal to 1 over 2. So you can see the way it is clearly done. It is very, very easy. ensure you follow the formula. So the moment you're able to generate your formula using your question, that's all you need. You substitute in your value and you get your answer. So this becomes the solution to question number 3. Now, for question number 4, it says, suppose y varies directly with x when y equal to 2, x was equal to 1 over 2. Now, for question 4, it says, find the connecting equation between x and y. Question 4b, find y when x equal to 1 over 3. Now, it is very, very simple. We want to follow it step by step. The first thing I'm simply going to do here is interpret my question so that I can get my formula from it. Now, we are coming here. Here is 4a. Now, this is solution to question 4a. Let's go. It says, suppose y. So, I'm going to write the y first. You can clearly see the way I'm doing it. Varies, I'm going to write the symbol. You can see for yourself. Directly with x, I'm simply going to write the x. At the end of the day, I'll come back here again and say y. I'll change this symbol of varies into equal to. Then I will introduce a constant called k, or I can use any alphabet I like, or any symbol I like. So here become k x. So next, we are going to substitute the value of y and s into this equation which we just generated. What is y? Y is 2. So wherever I see y, I'm going to place the value of 2 there. Next, our s is 1 over 2. So I'm going to say k times 1 over 2. Remember in algebra, when two terms are close to each other, there's a multiplication sign in between. So from this angle, it becomes k times 1. So it's going to be this way. K times 1 is going to give me k. So I'm going to have k over 2. From this angle, the next thing we're simply going to do, we have to cross multiply. And how do you cross multiply in mathematics? Remember, the top left will multiply the bottom right, while the top right will multiply the bottom left. So here becomes 2 times 2, which is 4, then k times 1, which is also k. So here becomes k, our constant becomes 4. So we are getting our constant. Now remember, we are not done solving, because the question says find the connecting equation. We only got the constant for the now. Now for you to get the connecting equation, it is very, very easy. Go back to your formula. What's your formula? Y equal to ks. So you go back and repeat the same formula. It becomes y equal to, anywhere you see k, what do you put? Our value of k here is 4. So 4, and you write your x. So this becomes your connecting equation. You can see for yourself. Very, very easy. So up next, we are going to go to problem 4b. For problem 4b, we are going to rewrite the formula. When you want to solve 4b now, it says find y when s equals to 1 over 3. The first thing you're simply going to do is to rewrite this formula which you have already generated. So become y equal to k what? X. Now, did they give you y in problem 4b? No. We're going to rewrite the y. We are looking for the y. Next, did they give you k? I already have k. So you go there and place the value of k, which is 4. Then multiply by, do you have x in your question 4b? Yes. What is the value of x? They did give us, which is 1 over 3. So you can see the 1 over 3 for yourself. So at the end of the day, y becomes 4 times 1 will give me 4. So let me clearly position it. 4 times 1 will give me 4. So that becomes 4 over 3. So this becomes the solution to question 4. It is very, very clear and very, very easy. All right, now for problem 5, the question says if p is directly proportional to the square root of q and p equal to 8 when q equal to 4. Find a, find the connecting equation between p and q. Find b, find p when q equal to 49. It's very simple. We'll go straight and start resolving the question. Remember, like I did say in our question 1, your formula should be gotten from your question. You generate your formula from your question. So we'll go if p, so I'm going to write p first, is directly proportional. So I'll put this symbol to the square root of q. So I'm going to bring the square root of q here, so you can see for yourself. Now at the end of the day, I'll simply write my p and change this symbol of alpha to an equal to sign. Then I'm going to introduce a constant k. Then before you write your, the square root of q. Now the next thing you're simply going to do from this angle, ensure you substitute the value of p. Whenever you see p, you are going to place 8 there. So this becomes the formula we use all through. So What do I have here? P equal to 8. So whenever I see P, I'm going to substitute the value of 8. Next, K times, what is the value of Q? The value of Q is 4. So I'm going to put the 4 inside roots. The next thing I'm simply going to do from this angle, here becomes 8 equal to K times, what is the square root of 4? The square root of 4 is 2. So I'm going to place it right here. So remember, like I did say earlier on, I said in mathematics, when you are being asked K times 2, you say 2K. 2 times K, you also say what? 2K. So here becomes 2K and here becomes 8. Now we are going to divide both sides by the coefficient of K. What that means is that we're going to divide both sides by the number in front of this K. So here becomes 8 divided by 2 equal to 2K divided by 2. At the end of the day, if we divide through, we're going to have K is equal to 4. Now this is for the value of your constants. Now the next thing, remember we are not done solving. We still have, the question says find the connecting equation between P and Q. And to find the connecting equation is very, very simple. What you simply need to do, go back and rewrite the formula. And this is the formula. This becomes P equal to, now what is your constant? My constant here is 4. So I'm going to write 4 and the square root of Q. So this becomes the connecting equation, and this becomes the solution to question 5a. Now we'll move straight to question 5b. For question 5b, it says find P when Q equal to 49. Again, we are going to go back and write this formula, which is P equal to K multiplied by the square root of Q. Now, what is your P? Did they give you P? No. I'm going to write the P. Do you have your constant K? Yes. I'm going to write it 4. Whenever I see my constant K, I'm going to write 4. Now, did they give you Q? Yes, they did give us Q. Our Q here is 49. So you simplify further by saying 4 multiplied by, what is the square root of 49? The square root of 49 is 7. So here becomes 7. At the end of the day, our P becomes 4 times 7, 28. And this becomes the solution to question 5b. Now you can clearly see how it is done. It is very, very easy. Now, for question 6, the question says, if x minus 3 is directly proportional to the square of y and s equals to 5 when y equal to 2. 6a, find the connecting equation between s and y, or it can be called find the relationship between s and y. Next, question 6b, find s when y equal to 2. Now, this is how it is clearly done. I'll go to problem 6a. I'm going to interpret the question step by step. Remember, like I did say earlier on, that there's no particular formula for direct derivations. It depends on your question. But one thing is certain, you must have a constant. With that being said, if x minus 3 is directly proportional to the square of y, let's pick the question one after the other. If x minus 3, so I'll come here and say x minus 3 is directly proportional to the square. That is directly proportional. So you see the symbol is directly proportional. Next, to the square of y. To the square of y. So this is y squared to the square of y. So we have been able to generate the formula. So the next thing you're simply going to do from this angle, you come here and say x minus 3, change this symbol to equal to sign, and introduce a constant k. So you can see for yourself. So this is what we are clearly having. And this is the formula we're going to use all through. So therefore, the next thing you're simply going to do, go keep reading to the square of y, and s equals to 5 when y equal to 2. So anywhere you see s, you are simply going to put 5. So what is the value of s? 5. So I'm going to put 5 here, minus 3 equal to k. Anywhere I see y, what am I simply going to do? I'm going to place a 2 there. So it becomes 2 squared. At the end of the day, I'm going to have 5 minus 3 will automatically give me a 2 equal to k times 2 raised to the power of 2 will give me what? 4. At the end of the day, I'm having 2 equal to k times 4 will give me 4k. If I should divide both sides by the coefficient of k, which is 4, meaning I will divide here by 4 and also divide here by 4. So if I should do that, I'm simply going to have k will be equal to 2 here 1, 2 here 2. K will be equal to 1 over 2. Now, with that being said, remember our question. Our question is find the connecting equation between x and y. To find the connecting equation is very very simple. You will come to this side again, this formula, which is x minus 3 equal to, anywhere I see k, what do I put? 1 over 2. So this becomes 1 over 2. Then you write your y square, which is not difficult to do as a student. So the next thing you're simply going to do, you cross this 3, negative 3 to the other side. So your connecting equation becomes s equal to 3 plus 1 over 2 y squared. So this is what you're going to have as your connecting equation. So with that being said, we'll go to problem 6b. To dissolve problem 6b. Now to do this, the next thing I'm simply going to do again, find x when y equal to 6. I'm going to go back to this formula I've already generated. So I will say x minus 3 is equal to k y squared. Now, did they give us x? Did they give us any value for x? No, I'm going to repeat the x. So this will be x minus 3 equal to, do we have a k? Of course we do. We have k 1 over 2 as 1 over 2. So I'm going to write the k as 1 over 2 times. Did they give you y? Yes, they give us y, which is 6. So here becomes 6 squared. So if we simplify further, we're going to have x minus 3 equal to 1 over 2 times 36, because 6 raised to the power of 2 will give us 36. So if I have to simplify further, it becomes x minus 3 equal to 1 times 36 will give us 36. Or we can simply say 2 here 1, 2 here 18. So this becomes 1 times 18, which will also automatically give us what? 18. Can you see for yourself? So right now, we are going to collect like things. It becomes x equal to 18. We'll take the minus 3 over. So it becomes 18 minus 3. So the value of our s, it becomes 18 plus 3. The value of our s becomes 21. So this is how it is clearly done. It is very, very easy. Now, I also discovered that most students find it difficult resolving questions involving variation. This is because they already have this talk in their head that the formula for direct variation is s equals to ky. That's s equals to k times y. It is your formula. We agree the k is always the constant is always there. It is your formula. It is your question you are going to use to generate your formula. So if you are being given question, you follow this question step by step. So when you do that, you will see that your dissolving questions becomes easy. So that is how it is done. And this is the problem to question number 6.